So now that we've let Elvis air up some, I want to move on to the next exercise. Now this next exercise is basically trot up to a tree and circle around it. You know, in the arena we call it post to post in the intermediate series, okay? But it's basically run up to an object, could be a cone, a rock, a tree, or whatever, and circle around it. You're going to circle around it somewhere between 3 and 6 circles, okay? Minimum of 3 circles, maximum of 6. What this exercise does is it's really good for both types of horses. Horses that are really hot and wanting to go, 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 it's a great exercise to slow them down. Because hot, excited horses always think there's a better place they're going to. Yippee, let's get going. There's someplace better than where we're at now. So they're always in a hurry. Well, I want that horse to realize, no, don't be in a hurry to go anywhere, because where we're at right now is a pretty good place. So what I'll do is when they build speed, circle around a tree, which makes them work. It's harder to circle around a tree than what it is to go in a straight line. Then I head off in a straight line somewhere else and circle that tree. Then I head over here and circle this tree. And I do this over and over and over again until pretty soon the horse says, what the hell? It's just another tree. Why do I keep speeding up? I can't ever get anywhere. You can do this out in the pasture with cones. You could use flowers, rocks, whatever the hell you got out there, but just circle around something. I think it helps if I like trees or a big rock because I feel like when the horse has an object to go around, it helps them do a much rounder circle. Maybe it doesn't really help the horse, maybe it just helps the rider do a more symmetrical round circle, okay? Now initially you do this at the trot. Trot from one tree to the next, and you trot around the tree, trot to the next one, trot around the tree. Once I've got the hang of it and my horse is doing pretty good, then I can lope between trees. But I'll trot around the tree, lope to the next tree, trot around the tree, lope to the next tree. So it not only slows the hot horses down, but it also gets the fat, lazy ones to really start steering better, because fat, lazy horses want to wander all over the place because they don't want to go forward. Hot, nervous horses usually go straight pretty good, but they want to take off too much. So it's a great steering exercise. It's a great listen to me exercise. Nothing gets a handle and a steering wheel on a colt better than this particular exercise, okay? So I'm just going to kind of hang out in this general vicinity here around the cameras, but when I don't have the cameras here, I go all over this place. Now remember, the hotter the horse is and the more nervous he is, the shorter the distance between trees. The lazier he is, the bigger distance between trees, okay? So let's get started here. So, I'll pick this tree here, okay? So, when I'm trotting around the tree, I keep it pretty basic here, okay? Inside rein, outside leg. When you're steering the horse, it's always inside rein, outside leg. Inside rein tells the horse to look that way, outside leg tells him to move his shoulders and go that way. Now, right now, he feels kind of really stiff. So now I'm going to head off to another tree, okay? I'm going to circle around the other tree. So now I'm asking him to basically soften a little bit as he goes around the tree. So in the beginning, they're going to be quite a bit stiffer. So I tell people to kind of look at the base of the tree and kind of hunt that tree. You want to do a relatively tight circle around that tree, okay? Not a real big circle. Okay, now I'm going to look up, head off. Look where you want to go. I usually post, then sit, trot around this tree. Now going around this tree, he wants to be a little stiffer here in his rib cage. So I'm going to use a little bit of inside leg to create a little bend through his body, okay, especially when he gets real stiff. Okay, on the other way, I use more of my outside leg. It just depends what the horse is doing. If he's being really stiff, use a little more inside leg and spur to bend his rib. If he's leaning out a lot and won't follow his nose, use your outside leg. Now I'm going to head off, pick another tree out, sit and relax, circle this one. So I love these hot horses. They get all excited and then all of a sudden they get another tree and they're like, damn it, another tree. Okay, and then we do it again and again and again until these horses just start saying, man, why am I in a hurry? There's no point being in a hurry. Now in the beginning, especially on kind of like a green broke colt, you may end up having to have your hand out the side just a little bit to kind of lead his nose around that tree a little bit out the side. As the horse is more experienced, or more in control, I kind of pull back towards my hip. Now I try not to just hold the rein and hold it steady and steady pressure. I kind of pull and release a little bit because I'd like him to arc around that tree eventually like Diaz did this morning. Remember Diaz going around the trees? Okay? Diaz would hold that arc by himself. Well, eventually Elvis will learn to do that. Not today, of course, but with practice. Okay, so as a general rule, when you're steering, it's inside rein, outside leg. When you're doing softening and suppling work, it's inside rein, inside leg. So in the beginning, your circles kind of suck. They're all over the place, you know what I mean? They're not very round. The horse kind of does more of an egg shape. They lean back towards the barn. You know, they're not very symmetrical. Don't let that bother you too much, okay? Now notice we're plow reining, direct reining we'll call it. We are not neck reining or dragging the reins across the horse's neck. See how I've got the outside rein loose here? Now in this way, this is the way he's a little stiffer. So I use my inside leg a little bit to create some softness through his rib cage, okay? Come back over here again. Come on, hustle those feet. Hustle those feet. And you don't want them to just lollygag around. You want them to kind of have a little hustle to their feet. Obviously, if it's real hot, you're not gonna, kick the snot out of them. But if they're real lazy, you certainly damn well want them to put in a little more effort. Now, this was his stiffer way, and now that I'm using a little bit of inside spur on his ribs, he's starting to get a little more bend through his body here. Okay, look at the base of that tree. Don't look at your horse's head and neck. Look at the base of that tree. Minimum of 3 circles, maximum of 6 circles, okay? The lazier the horse, the bigger distance you go between trees. Okay, I love it when I can turn the horse loose and he just kind of follows his nose. Now in the beginning, when you first start this, especially on a young green 2-year-old, they kind of real drunk, like they wander all over the place and you'd act like they've been drinking all day. This is what will get rid of that you want them to go straight. This is how you get rid of that. Lots of circles and straight lines. Circles and straight lines is what gets a steering wheel on your horse. Post, then sit, sit, sit. See, a lot of people want to circle out way out here around their tree. See how far am I away from this tree? You don't want to do that. You want to get in nice and close. Close enough you can touch it. You want to be able to touch the tree the whole time around. You're going around that tree. You should be close enough you can touch it. Okay, rocks work just as well. Again, use your imagination. Okay, you could use cones. Doesn't matter what you use. It works better to me if you have something you can visualize on and look at. And I'll do this all over this tree area, from one end to the other. And I'll do this for, probably around about 10 minutes a session, okay?